Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. Well, my page is about common sense. For all of the research and reading I do, I kind of like read all of the bits to the point, to the gist, points, and then let's tell you the point, Greek Hellenization and all that stuff. I don't want to talk to you about all that. You can look it up yourself, but it's up to you if you want to look at it. If you think I'm a liar, then get the hell off my page. My page is about common sense. I respect both light and the dark side. I'm on the left-hand path, if you want to say. The logical side, okay? Not the irrational side. But this video is going to be about... my encounter, okay? Let's go a short video. Tell you a little story. This happened when I moved from Brooklyn, New York, okay? At the age of 17 or 18. And when I went out there to Clearton, I lived with my grandma, okay? My big mama, I call her, okay? Right, Baba? And basically, I had went into the woods, okay? In the dark, because my redneck white friends, my cracker friends, I used to hang with them in the fire. I could have got my ass hung, but since they liked my personality, I didn't get hung, okay? I have white friends, yes I do, okay? Okay, don't get mad. Every white person should have some black friends, okay? If you want to be down, okay, right? Now, okay? Long story short, I went into the woods, in the deep part of the woods, I'm not afraid, okay? I'm not afraid of the dark. Made a prayer in the dark, and I saw a shooting star. There's like 2 or 3 of them, okay? I made a simple prayer, and the prayer is, don't do this now. I want to meet an alien. I want to meet them. They're universal Lord. If you exist, I want to meet some other being that's not like me, okay? So I didn't think none of it. I just made a simple dream. I used to watch UFO sightings, unsolved mysteries, all like that back in those days. I was 18. I'm 42 years old this year, okay? So if that shit happened when I was 19, you do the math, okay? This year is 2016. I'll be 42 this year, okay? So that happened when I was like 18. Okay? Yeah, I was 18, okay? Pretty much. So I would go back home and I'm going to sleep, okay? I got 2 cats, Siamese and Samoyed mixed breed, okay? Okay, Siamese, Samoyed, these are big cats, okay? Dennis and Margaret, okay? They usually come in my room, okay? And they was in my room when I was about to go to bed, okay? I'm going to tell you about everything else in between. But I went to bed. I just went to bed. And next thing you know, I woke up. My cats is not on my head, okay? They wasn't around me and shit, so that was like weird as hell. My room is dark, okay? It's nighttime. It's like probably 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up. And then I realized there was something wrong with my goddamn clock, okay? And then the window was open, okay? Cracked open, but I heard the curtain was like in stasis. It was like frozen or something in the air, okay? And I looked at the clock and I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't. So I got up to see where my cats was at, actually. But when I looked to the door from a distance away, be quiet, baby. Be quiet. From a distance, I looked at the door and it was cracked open like a nightlight was on, right? A nightlight was on, right? And I'm like, I don't have a fucking nightlight on, okay? I'm not a nightlight. What the hell is a nightlight doing on? So I got up, okay? I got up and walked towards the door, and I felt the rug between my feet, and it felt like I was like, it didn't feel like a dream at all. It just felt real, okay? But the curtain was the most thing that was kind of scary, weird, and also the clock, okay? So I got up, and as I was starting to walk towards the door, okay, to see where was this nightlight was coming from, and also my cats, okay? And it's dark in my room now, okay? This little alien gray, like 4 foot tall, okay, popped his head, okay, looking at me and stuff, like it was real quiet. And I was like, oh man, I jumped back. I was like, yo. I have never seen that with anything. I did see it on sightings and stuff. I was watching a lot of TV programs. I probably was dreaming, probably was right, but it was too real, man. I can still remember that. Still remember that dream. Seeing his big black bulgy eyes, glowing green. Okay, it was dark in the room, so something on his body is making it glow. Okay, so that was the glowing. Okay. And then I was afraid. At first I was afraid, okay? And I was like, what do you want? What do you want? Okay, I said to the little green alien, okay? And it didn't say shit to me, man. It didn't say shit. I think they read telepathically. My mind is insane, so you can't read me telepathically. Like if you watch that movie called The Dreamcatcher, and that one psychic guy tried to read Morgan Freeman's mind. His mind was like fucking corrupt. You can't do that, okay? So I didn't hear shit, okay? I was getting angry and stuff, you know. So I looked towards it and I was like, "What do you want?" I said it twice, okay? And then when I say, "What do you want again?" This thing scared the shit out of me now, okay? Now this is tall alien gray, very thin, slinky, went underneath the hinge of my door. Had the bent under and it had a wand in his fucking hand. This wand looked like a fucking sparkler. A sparkler. Okay, you know what a sparkler is? It's a stick with like light on it at the very end. People use it to play with it on July 4th, okay? And I was scared of that shit. I'd never seen anything like that before, okay? But it was moving in slow motion. It wasn't like going real fast like you see in reality. And I looked at details very clear and I was like, yo, what is this? Maybe that was the tool it was using for the bubble effect, okay? The stasis effect. Like I can move, okay? Maybe they couldn't freeze me, okay? But then the alien didn't look happy, okay? The little gray alien had a little smile on his face, like slit upwards. But the tall gray, okay, the glowing gray, both of their bodies was glowing and illuminating in the dark, okay? I was scared, man. I was like, what do you want? I was so scared I jumped on my bed, okay? Backed up, okay? I backed up a bit. Okay, and he had the wand in his hand, and it didn't seem happy. He had a straight slit. Okay, so and both of their heads is big, like balloons or something like that, with big bulgy eyes. Next thing you know, it just sat there and it was looking at me, and I said, "What do you want again?" Okay, 4 times, 2 to the little one, 2 to the big one, and I got mad because when I get upset, I changed, okay, and I want to get the tall one, okay. So I jumped off my bed, and before you know it, the wand was already. I didn't see any space in between the movement that I jumped off the bed to the time I reached the tall one. It was like I was moving in slow motion. I seen the wand touch my forehead like this, right in my forehead. Okay, what do you want? You want attention? What do you want? I'm trying to tell the people about my encounter. Okay, and next thing you know, it touched my forehead, and this is what I felt when it touched my forehead. He put it real close, like slowly, and then when it touched my forehead, I felt it felt good at the same time, bad at the same time. It was both, like you being cut. It's like you busting a nut 50,000 times. It felt like orgasms. It felt like you butterflies in your stomach. It felt like every fucking thing that you probably went through. Okay, and that's what really happened. As soon as what is it? What is it, baby? Okay, you want to change it? Yeah. Okay, she's acting up a little bit. But that's what happened. And as soon as he did that to me, I woke up and the sun was bright. My phone the clock was working again. And the curtain was back where it was, okay? I told my grandma this and she was like, no, those are demons, okay? Maybe so. I don't know. But they didn't take my ass. They didn't do no experiment on my ass. They didn't put a protrude up my penis hole. Okay? I didn't feel no pains or anything like that. But I realized I did have something in the back of my ear at that time, and I kept rubbing it. And he said, "Why you keep rubbing the back of your ear and shit, you know?" And I used microwaves a little bit, and that's what they said. Microwaves destroy the chip, the tracking device, okay? But thank you very much for listening to my video, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. That's my story of my encounter. I thought I already made a video. I did. It's very old. If you go further back, you probably see it's listed under a whole sentence, but I have to write one thing at a time. I'm redoing my videos, the old videos, and making them new, okay? But that's what happened, okay? I woke up and probably the chip is in the middle of my head. Probably they split open my fucking head and put the fucking chip in the middle and make sure that shit don't happen again. Maybe I got some special powers, but it seems like when I say some shit, it just happens, okay? Say that to somebody and then I didn't think it was going to happen and then it just happens, okay? So I keep my mouth shut and I say, I'm not trying to test that. Okay. Peace and love to you, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. Peace. That's my encounter with the alien grade, the 6th kind, okay? Peace.